next Go For It event is coming up, and we are collecting used bikes at Oakland Mall this Tuesday from 6 a.m. until 6 p.m. We're partnering with Bikes for Kids, My Cycle, and Back Alley Bikes.
And joining us to talk about it live is the executive director of Free Bikes for Kids in Detroit, Bob Barnes. Hi, how are you?
I'm great. I'm wonderful. So happy to be here. Thank you, guys.
We loved your first question to us. Do you remember your first bike? It's pivotal to childhood memories.
Absolutely, absolutely. And when I ask that question to anybody, they always remember their first bike. And we're just trying to get bikes to kids that don't have a bike, that haven't had that opportunity for freedom and independence, you know.
Are there a lot of folks who just have bikes sitting somewhere? Do you think that they can just donate them and go for a good cause?
Yeah, absolutely. There are so many dusty bikes that are just, you know, they're in garages, and the kids
forget about them.
Kids have outgrown them,
you
know, and they can be given a new life with a new child, and we're so excited to be able to do that, you know, to refurbish them.
What's it like for you when you see a child getting that newly refurbished bike? What's that like for you?
It's very fulfilling. I mean, you feel good yourself, but you really feel good for the child because you remember the first bike and you know what that feeling is, and it helps the child to not only the free play aspect of it and the exercise physically, but it's also mentally. It's great for them psychologically, and there's all kinds of health and even school benefits tied to exercise and to using a bike.
Are there specific size bikes you want, or any bike can come in your direction?
We take any bike. We focus on kids' bikes, but we will accept any bike that is donated. So we serve kids up to age 17. So you get teenagers that will ride adult bikes.
And I imagine you get a lot of bikes. There's a Pistons connection here. How are you storing all of them?
That's right. So Vinny Johnson of the Bad Boys has donated his warehouse or his facility on Michigan Avenue for the last 5 years. The Piston Group has provided a place for us to do our work and to store thousands of bikes every year.
For 5 years, that's incredible.
And the work is done there too to refurbish them and get them going.
That's right. So
cool.
The volunteers, we have between 1,500 and 2,000 volunteers in a 10-week period every fall that come in and actually clean and repair those bikes. And they get looked at by a professional bike mechanic at the end of the process, just to make sure the volunteer work was, you know, is safe and functional to give to a child.
Why is this something you're passionate about?
I'm a pretty enthusiastic biker myself.
Really? I didn't get that vibe.
Yeah, I bet. I bet. So I was just looking for a way to give back in an area that I was passionate about, and as you said, just to see the smiles on the kids' faces when they get them. I think it's fulfilling, not just for those of us that work, you know, full time on this, but for the volunteers. The volunteers will love it.
All right, one more time, how can people help?
Okay, so 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. on Tuesday, June 10th, Oakland Mall, the old Macy's parking lot. You can bring bikes to drop off, and between Free Bikes for Kids, Back Alley Bikes, and Say Detroit, Go For It, we will distribute those bikes.
Well, thank you so much for joining us. I mean, it's just a great mission. Do you remember your first bike?
It was a red Stingray, and I was very fortunate to have a red Stingray. It was super cool.
That sounds pretty cool.
I loved it.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
All right, thank you so much.
All right.
Thank you, Bob.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate it.